Alright, let's talk turkey. Or in this case, chicken. I've been all over this great nation, from coast to coast diving into some of the most righteous eats you can imagine. And there's one name that used to be on every corner. A beacon of crispy, crunchy goodness. Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Colonel, with his white suit and that friendly smile, was a legend. His bucket of chicken was a Sunday dinner staple, a party centerpiece, a road trip essential. It was more than just food, it was a piece of Americana. A tradition passed down through generations. You knew what you were getting, and brother, it was good. But let's be real, something's changed. When was the last time you and the crew piled into the Camaro and made a beeline for KFC? For a lot of folks, it's been a minute. The lines aren't wrapping around the building like they used to. The buzz, that electric energy you feel when a place is poppin', just isn't there anymore. It's like a rock band that used to sell out stadiums is now playing smaller clubs. Man, you gotta rewind the clock to really get it. Back in the day, KFC wasn't just another fast food joint. It was the fast food joint. Before the golden arches were on every highway exit, there was Colonel Sanders. This guy was a legit culinary pioneer. He took a simple, down-home dish, fried chicken, and turned it into a global phenomenon. His secret blend of 11 herbs and spices was like a magic trick. It was crispy. It was juicy. It was unlike anything else you could get on the go. For decades, a bucket of chicken meant family. It meant you didn't have to cook on a Sunday. You'd see those iconic red and white buckets at picnics, birthday parties, and family gatherings. The sides were legendary, too. Mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, fluffy biscuits. The Colonel was a marketing genius, a showman, the face of the brand. People trusted him. He'd be on TV saying, "Finger lickin' good," and you believed him because he created it. That authenticity built trust and loyalty. It felt like it would last forever. But nothing stays on top forever without a fight. Alright, let's get down to the brass tacks. The real deal data. You don't need a calculator to see that KFC's star has faded in the United States. Back in its prime, KFC had over 5,000 restaurants right here in the United States. But fast forward to today. That number has dropped to under 4,000. We're talking about more than 1,000 locations that have shut their doors. Now compare that to the competition. While KFC was shrinking, other chicken joints were blowing up like popcorn on a hot stove. Take Chick-fil-A, for example. By 2020, they had rocketed past the Colonel, becoming the #1 chicken chain in America. An average Chick-fil-A location brings in millions more in annual sales than an average KFC. When people decide where to go for their chicken fix, they are choosing the competition more often. The drive-through lines, the foot traffic, it's all tilted away from KFC. This has been a slow and steady slide for years. It's like a tire with a slow leak. Each year a few more customers drift away, a few more stores close, and the brand's cultural footprint gets a little bit smaller. It's a quiet crisis that has been building up behind the scenes. From undisputed heavyweight champion to a contender struggling to stay in the fight in its own home country. We need to look at why this happened, and fast. Let's talk about a major league curveball, the health movement. For a long time, nobody thought twice. If it tasted good, you ate it. People started flipping the box over, reading the label, calories, sodium, trans fats, organic, antibiotic-free, raised humanely. Folks wanted to know where food came from. They wanted food that wasn't just fast and tasty but felt a little bit better for them. And for a brand whose middle name is literally fried, this was a tough pill to swallow. KFC's identity was built on the deep fryer, the crispy, golden brown skin that made them famous. Suddenly, fried was a dirty word. People looked for grilled options, salads, lighter fare. Competitors pushed fresher ingredients and cleaner labels. KFC introduced grilled chicken. It never really caught on. It felt like an afterthought. A new generation grew up with kale smoothies and avocado toast. A bucket of extra crispy chicken lost everyday appeal. It became a sometimes food, a guilty pleasure, not a regular go-to. Culture changed. The definition of a good meal expanded. KFC kept serving classic comfort food, but the world wanted something else. If the health craze was a slow burn, then the chicken sandwich wars were a full-on flavor explosion. They shook the fast food world to its core. For the longest time, the fried chicken game was all about bone-in pieces in a bucket. But then, the humble chicken sandwich stepped into the ring and became the undisputed champion. Chick-fil-A perfected a simple but dynamite sandwich, pressure-cooked chicken breast, 2 pickles, a buttered bun. People lined up for it. Then in 2019, Popeyes dropped the bomb, a sandwich that sent the internet into a frenzy and sold out across the country. It wasn't just a menu item, it was a cultural event, and KFC was nowhere to be found. KFC was late to the party, and it cost them big time. They missed the wave. It was like showing up to a Super Bowl party in the fourth quarter. They had sandwiches like the Zinger, but they weren't in the same league. They didn't have the IT factor. By the time KFC tried to launch a bigger chicken sandwich, the hype had already moved on. They were playing defense in a league that rewards bold offense. The chicken sandwich wars proved customers wanted new, exciting, high-quality, portable, Instagrammable items, and KFC was left holding the bucket. You have to give them credit. KFC didn't just sit back and watch their kingdom crumble. They knew they were in trouble and they tried to mount a comeback. One of their biggest moves was to bring back the Colonel himself, with different actors playing him in quirky ads. The idea was to make the brand feel fun and relevant again. They got people talking, but maybe not in the way KFC hoped. For some it was funny, for others disrespectful to the Colonel's memory. The ads created buzz, but they didn't translate into more people walking through the doors. On the food front, they've thrown a bunch of stuff at the wall. Nashville Hot, Georgia Gold, Beyond Fried Chicken, and new sandwiches. Some items were righteous, but often felt like limited time offers, not a permanent change. These attempts felt like patchwork on an old building. The core menu and restaurant experience often remained the same. Many locations looked tired compared to the sleek, modern designs of competitors. You might be drawn in by an ad for spicy chicken, but then walk into a restaurant that hasn't been updated since 1995. The comeback efforts have been inconsistent and haven't added up to a true brand overhaul. You can have the funniest commercials in the world, but if the food experience doesn't live up to the hype, people won't come back. This is the part of the story that really hits you in the gut. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the food. You can have great marketing and shiny new restaurants, but if the chicken isn't on point, you're done. For years, there's been a rumbling among fans, a whisper that turned into a loud conversation. The quality at KFC isn't what it used to be. People who grew up loving the Colonel now say it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's great, other times it's greasy, other times it's dry, other times the pieces seem smaller. Part of this goes back to how the business changed after Colonel Sanders sold it. He was obsessed with process. As the company grew, it became all about speed, efficiency, and cutting costs. Many argue the focus on the bottom line came at the expense of food quality and consistency. Chick-fil-A is built on consistency and service. You know what you're getting at any location. Popeyes emphasizes bold Louisiana flavor and super crispy batter. KFC, by comparison, can feel like a gamble. Will the chicken be fresh out of the fryer or sitting under a heat lamp for an hour? That inconsistency is a brand killer. Losing the trust of customers on the one thing that made you famous, the taste, is a monumental challenge. For a brand whose slogan was "Finger Lickin' Good," the perception now is, it's not as good as it once was. Now, here's a wild twist in the story you might not know. While KFC has been struggling here in the United States, it's an absolute rock star in other parts of the world. There are over 10,000 KFC restaurants in China, more than double the US count. They adapted to local tastes: rice congee for breakfast, egg tarts for dessert, spicy chicken with local sauces. They built a Chinese version of KFC, giving customers exactly what they want. In Japan, KFC for Christmas is a massive national tradition. In parts of Africa and the Middle East, KFC can be seen as premium and aspirational. In these markets, KFC is innovating, adapting, and leading the category. They are the leader in many international markets. What Chick-fil-A is to us, KFC is to them. This tale of two KFCs is fascinating. The problem here isn't the chicken itself, it's execution, strategy, and adaptation back home. The global success proves KFC knows how to win. The billion-dollar question is why they can't bring that same energy here. It's a real head-scratcher. So after all this, what's next for the Colonel? Is KFC destined to become a relic of the past? I say, hold your horses. This is America, the land of the comeback story. If anyone can pull themselves up by their bootstraps, it should be KFC. But it's not going to be easy. They can't just slap a new coat of paint on the old barn. They need a from-the-ground-up renovation. And it starts with the food. First, fix quality and consistency. Period. Invest in training, use better ingredients, enforce stricter quality control, even if it costs more. Rebuild trust so customers know the drive-thru will deliver a dynamite meal every time. Next, truly innovate, not imitate. Stop chasing Popeyes or Chick-fil-A. Dig into KFC's heritage and modernize it for today's diner. A new cooking method, a new flavor from their global playbook, a whole new way of serving the classic meal. Use history to create something only KFC can deliver. Be the trendsetter again. Update the experience. Give restaurants a major facelift, clean, modern, inviting. Embrace technology for faster, easier ordering. Find the brand's soul again. What does KFC stand for in 2025 and beyond? Define identity beyond old fried chicken place. Bring families together. Offer authentic American comfort food. Priority number 1, fix the kitchen. Invest in training, ingredients, quality control, and consistency. Next, innovate from the global playbook. Make something only KFC can deliver. If KFC recaptures his passion and obsession with quality, they might just cook up a comeback that's off the hook. Thanks for watching. I'm heading out to taste test the evidence myself.